In a key test coming into the midterms, Democratic Representative Abigail Spanberger continues to hold a commanding lead over Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl-Sears in the Virginia governor's race. As Spanberger, a former congresswoman, focuses on Trump's economy and the cost of living, also in Virginia, the state House approved a new constitutional amendment to allow new congressional maps. It still has to be approved by voters. Analysts say with redistricting, Democrats could pick up as many as 4 additional House seats. Joining us now is the president and CEO of the National Coalition on Black Civic Participation and convener of the Black Women's Roundtable, Melanie Campbell, and former New Orleans mayor, national co-chair of the Harris Walz 2024 campaign and co-chair of American Bridge 21st Century, Mitch Landrieu. Y'all got more jobs than Marco Rubio. Okay. Melanie, I want to start with you. Congratulations on 30 years at the head of that organization.
Thank you all so much. Yes. Cannot believe it. This whizzed by.
Exactly. You don't look a day over 30.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. One of the things that I find really interesting about Spanberger, there's a good New York Times headline that kind of sums it up. Republican nominee Winsome Earl-Sears struggles to make a tack stick against Spanberger. When she came into office, I was at Politico and I was on the video team, and I did this video series called Red, Fresh, and Blue. Yes. And we interviewed Abigail Spanberger. And one of the things she said that has stuck out to me forever is, I'm happy to be labeled as boring and effective. And she called herself like a pragmatic progressive. And she has been able to run that kind of race her entire career of wanting to, of doing this, right? She's one of those CIA moms in the past. CIA mom, you know, little things.
Wasn't she in the CIA?
Yeah, she was a mom in the CIA. That's what they said it, not me. And she, like I said, she is okay with being boring and effective. And so as a person that lives and votes in Virginia, as you're watching Winsome Earl-Sears and Republicans try to attack her and attach her to someone like Mamdani and some of the more left-leaning parts of the Democratic Party, why do you think it's failed?
It's failed because people are paying attention to the pocketbook. They're paying attention to the fact that Northern Virginia, where I live, in places like Hampton, the unemployment rate is high. Why is it high? It's higher because of what happened with DOGE, the loss of jobs, loss of contracts. And what does that do? That means that people aren't booking hotel rooms over in Crystal City, right? And that's a fact that I do know because I live there. And so the economy is really being affected. And so to talk to me as a voter first about something that has nothing to do with me, I don't live in New York. I live in Virginia. And so what are you doing about the Commonwealth of Virginia and the loss of jobs? And because we're close to, and because we're right next to the nation's capital, you can't get away from the fact that what's happening with the attack on the federal government, the shutdown, all of these things. So people are paying very much attention to that, concerned about the democracy, but most importantly, about how am I going to feed my kid? How am I going to be able to make sure that my neighbor is okay? Those are the things that I'm hearing about. When I'm not here with you all. When I'm just being a voter, right? Being a citizen of the Commonwealth of Virginia.
I can ask a question. I'll go to Mitch. I thought Jackie had a question. So Mitch, tomorrow you turn to shift the attention away from Virginia and go to New Jersey. If I remember right, you are going to New Jersey to campaign for Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill. One, why? Why are you going up to New Jersey to campaign for her? And do you think that some of the fretting that I hear from some Democrats about her chances in New Jersey, is that fretting misplaced?
Well, first of all, I wish I was there so I could hug my friend Melanie because I haven't seen her in a long time. And second, just put this in context for people who are watching. This is the morning after Halloween, where I had so many kids at my door last night taking all my candy that it's very early in the morning to be doing this. So I appreciate it.
Appreciate you coming. Thank you, Mitch.
I'm just telling you. Look, secondly, Democrats are about to do what people have asked us to do for a long time, which is to win again. We're going to win in Virginia. We're going to win in New Jersey. We have 2 unbelievable candidates, both of whom have national security experience. Abigail, who, as you know, was a CIA agent, and Mikey Sherrill graduated from the U.S. Naval Academy and was a helicopter pilot. That's badass stuff. And both of these people are get-it-done people who are talking to their voters about what they need. And Democrats are about to win big this week. And I'm going to help her because at the end of the day, everything that's wrong with America can be fixed if the American people stand up and fight back. And we're doing that in both of these states, and it's going to be a big win for us. And I want to go help as much as I possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
But Melanie, when we are talking about those voters, there is some concern and finally, I think, a reckoning within the Democratic Party that there have been issues with speaking to black voters, Latino voters. NBC has a piece this week that the Newark mayor, Ross Baraka, expressed concerns over black voter turnout in New Jersey. He noted that the Democratic Party is recognizing this as a problem and said he's seen Cheryl's campaign ramp up its organizing and outreach to black communities in recent weeks. But from your perspective, you know, do you think that Democrats are adequately addressing this issue? And are you seeing similar warning signs in Virginia right now?
Oh, I always think that there's always been a lack of focusing on the base in the Democratic Party. That's my outside opinion, not partisan, just facts. So I think that's always a concern that I've seen over the 30 years that I've been in this work. But I do also know that black voters are pragmatic and strategic and can pay attention to what's going on in their lives and in our neighborhoods and in our communities. And so I think the fact that we know that for black women, as an example, we've lost over 300,000 plus jobs in 2025. And that's impacted Virginia, that's impacted New Jersey. And a lot of those jobs are federal jobs, federal contracts. The attack on diversity, equity, and inclusion and accessibility, that has impacted black women. We have made it into the middle class and upper class through public sector jobs as well as private sector jobs. And so there is a major concern for black women who we drive the black vote.
Right.
So I think that always has to be consistent. I will say, as a voter in Virginia, I know there has been some outreach to black women, I'm being one of them as a voter, from Spanberger. I can say that as a personal fact.
Mitch, one question for you before we have to go. I wonder, you know, with the elections coming on Tuesday, you put on your political strategist hat. Do you think the election results, what we might see in New Jersey and Virginia and also in the New York City mayor's race, that those results will have some kind of an impact on the government shutdown impasse here in Washington? Because sometimes election results can act as smelling salts for the tender hearts on Capitol Hill.
Well, whether you're talking about Virginia, New Jersey, or New York, the issue here is that Donald Trump has betrayed the American people by having that cost go up, not go down. He's focused on bathrooms and ballrooms and not people who are hurting and who are hungry. And I think these elections are going to be a referendum on focusing on people's costs. That is the one common denominator that is percolating in all of these races. And the Democrats are going to come out on the positive side of all of those things. And I tell you what, the Republicans better wake up, because the American people are really ticked off. They know that Donald Trump controls this government, that the Republicans control the government, and they're basically holding everybody hostage simply because they don't want to give people health care. And they want to put people at risk for losing their homes and while their families are sick. And there's going to be a referendum on that this week, and it's going to be loud and clear. And I hope it has an impact on the president so they can get this government open again, get those people in Virginia who are losing their jobs back to work so that we can get America on track again.
Melanie Campbell, Mitch Landrieu, thank you both very much for coming to The Weekend.